Kristin Constable here with a mini course for you today on a topic called life integration. We're all familiar with this idea of work-life balance, but to be honest, it's completely outdated. In today's world, the idea of work-life balance just doesn't exist. So I've got a model for you, life integration, that is a replacement for this idea of creating this elusive work-life balance that drives so many of us crazy. So in today's micro course, I'm going to walk us through a 5-step process to create this life integration and to create high ROI goals, high return on investment goals, that will have you be able to create huge impact in your life by leveraging your time and creating integration between your focus areas. So, ready to get started? Here we go. So step 1 of this model is to create a vision. So a lot of us jump straight into goal setting without really spending some time on that big picture question, zooming out, asking the question, where are we going? So your vision acts as your North Star. It's your guiding light that kind of keeps you on track and on the path. Without it, really you are wandering in the wilderness. So the question I ask my clients here is, what do you really want? From a whole life perspective, play big, dream big. A vision should be something that scares you a little and excites you a lot. So once you have that whole life vision, step 2 is to define your focus areas. So your focus areas are areas of attention that you are going to need to focus on in order to create that vision or bring that vision into existence. So some examples of focus areas would be things like your relationship with your husband, your relationship with your boss, money, personal health, personal development. I mean, really the list could go on. It is endless. And it's up to you to spend some time to get clearly defined focus areas that will really support you in putting energy into the right places. There's a best practice that I found in terms of the amount of focus areas that work best, and that number is 5. Although there's no hard rules around that. So if you have 3 or 7 or whatever, you're good. Just as a best practice, try to aim for that 5. Step 3 is something I call exposing the system. This is where the idea of integration comes into play. The concept here is that our life is a system of integrated parts that we have the ability to control and influence. When we understand the system, we're able to pull levers and to create change that impacts the system as a whole instead of one small area. So questions to ask yourself to expose the system are: how integrated are your focus areas? Do they work together currently, or are they working against each other? Another question to ask yourself is, how much energy are you putting into each focus area? And then the follow-up question is, how satisfied are you with each of those focus areas? A really important question to ask yourself also is, who is involved in those focus areas? So once you have that, what you're going to see is you're going to start to see some patterns emerge, some strengths of your system where it's really strong, some weaknesses of your system, and some potential challenges that you might be facing. Then and only then is it time to move on to step 4, which is the creating the high ROI values-driven goals. So I have a whole micro course on values-driven goals, so I'm not going to get into that here. But what we are going to talk about is how to create a high ROI or return on investment goal. The idea about high ROI goals are that they really leverage your time and your energy and your investment to get the biggest impact in as many focus areas as possible. So when you're creating high ROI goals, you want to look for opportunities where you can take one action that will positively impact as many focus areas as possible. So the 5-way win is the unicorn here. This is the action item or the goal that impacts all 5 of your focus areas. So it is rare. It's not going to be every single goal that you create as a 5-way win, but it is something to keep an eye out for and to try to create, as they are beautiful, beautiful creatures when you do. All right, so we've got setting your vision, identifying your focus areas, exposing your system, 4, creating your high or ROI goals. And I could stop there, but step 5 is the area that I find that most high performers actually get stuck on. It's the place where they just want to go big. And the step 5 is the concept of small wins or smart wins. So the idea here is to break down that big high ROI goal into actionable next steps that we can create small wins and gain momentum right off the bat. So there you go. That's the 5-step process to the life integration model. And now it is your turn. So below this video, I've included a values-driven goal design template so you can get started on creating these 5-way wins for yourself. And as always, if you like this video, please like it, please share with other whole life leaders, and leave me some comments below on the 5-way wins you are creating. I love to hear your stories. And if you like this video, join me on the Winning Academy for more courses and conversations that inspire and influence. Until next time, thanks.